Interested in hosting a foreign exchange student but don't know what to look for in an agency? In this video, I'll walk you through the 3 steps to find agencies near you and how to learn more about them, as well as 1 tip for testing the waters coming up. Hello, my name is Jenny with Host Family Exchange Student Life, where we help you navigate through real-life hosting and exchanging to help you create an extraordinary experience through informational content, vlogs, interviews. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, hit that bell. Let's get into the video. Now, it can seem overwhelming to research agencies in order to host a foreign exchange student. Are there more than one to choose from in your area? Where do you find them? How do you spot a good one or a bad one? With a number of factors coming into play, I've come up with 3 steps and a special tip to help you find an agency that might be right for you. Step 1, do an internet search. Get on the internet and type in hosting a foreign exchange student near me. If you live near a major US or Canadian city, the chances for being near multiple programs is higher. When agencies pop up, make new tabs to look over in a bit, or jot down the names to look into them later. I came up with one for you to download and use if you like. It's free, just click on the link. Once you have the agencies listed, it's time to give them a look over. So step 2 is organize. First column is the name of the agency. Second is the type of programs they offer. There are short-term academic program, international school system, private school program, and flagship school, homestay or internship. The 2 biggest factors for what these types of program offer is the duration that you'll be hosting the student and what they are expected to do while here. Some come to experience the culture and some come for rigorous academics, some for work. If you'd like to know more in-depth details of the similarities and differences between the program type offers, I have another video. Check it out in the description below. In the next column, note the duration. Does this agency offer hosting for a week, a month, semester, full school year? In the 4th column, note which age range they serve. Is this K through 5, middle, high school, or beyond? Next is, do they let you choose a student? This may or may not be important to you. We have a house full of girls right now, and so we prefer hosting girls. That is until the little guy grows up. The next column is a place to make note if they offer a stipend or not to cover room, board, and transportation. Not all agencies provide one, and the amount is varied. The last column is for anything else you'd want to know. Hopefully, from your research, you've had more than one agency to choose from. If you don't, keep listening and we can walk you through it. Step number 3. Once you have the information, let's look at the reviews. We're going to start on their website. And of course, they're going to post the very best reviews. But at least you can get a sense for where the program shines. Do the host families note how prepared the exchange students are in their academic workload? Is the agency extremely responsive in supporting its family's needs? Jot down any notes you want to remember. Now for the external reviews. Keep in mind it's best to do this with a grain of salt. I did my own mock search and was sometimes discouraged. In fact, some reviews made me scared to ever host. And I've hosted for years with a great experience. Then I also stumbled on glowing reviews of people who've hosted dozens of students and will continue to. They make it all seem like unicorns and marshmallow clouds dipped in chocolate covered in sprinkles with whipped cream and 2 cherries on the top. The ones that are connected. What is up with these opposite reviews of the same agency? My college communication teacher, Mr. Bean, said there's always going to be people that hate you no matter what you do. There's always going to be people who love you no matter what you do. If you really want to see how you're doing, look at where the top of the bell curve lands. Help for thinking, Mr. Bean. The negative reviews come up because a student doesn't obey rules. Or maybe it's the family. The negative reviews usually come up because a student doesn't obey program, academic, or house rules. The agency could be great. Some issues come because of the coordinators. They don't care to do their job of keeping in touch and mitigating issues satisfactorily. Some reviews are because host families host for the wrong reasons. It causes problems because the agency won't play their game. And other issues are truly minor understandings, but they get blown out of proportion due to stress. Like I said, online reviews, grain of salt. As for our experience, for 3 years we have had the same coordinator and our agency has changed administrators, some guidelines and protocols 3 different times. So bad agencies rarely change and have an obvious bell curve you don't want to try. Good agencies adapt. Great agencies innovate. All in all, if agencies take care of their two most vital participants, the students' needs and the host family's needs and the parents who are sending them, it doesn't matter how many times the board meets, what the emails or brochures say, how fancy their website or Instagram account is, or if the coordinator has a long resume. The bread and butter is in the people. Now, I know someone from the bad agencies are watching. Step it up and take care of your students and families better. Deliver on your promises, or you're toast. After taking some time sorting through the crazy reviews, please take a moment to de-stress by meditation. Here is my special tip for testing the waters of any agency you check out. The tip is to talk with humans. After researching online and comparing options, give them a call. Speak with a live human to ask them any general and specific questions you have. How do they treat you and your questions? Do they value your time or treat you as an inconvenience? Do their answers seem complete or are they unsure? Second, ask to talk to me virtually or in person with a coordinator or 2 or 3. And do the same questioning with them. Present them with scenarios about host family and exchange student conflict and ask how they have responded in the past, including the timeline. And lastly, ask them for names and numbers of 2 or 3 host parents you can call and question. Doing research really won't take you a whole lot of time, but it'll get your mind in the gear. There you have our 3 steps for checking out if agencies are a good fit. Do internet research, make a list of outlining their varied offerings, look at reviews with a grain of salt, and my special tip to find out their vibe by speaking with humans. Question of the day, which tip do you find most helpful, or what other tips do you feel should have been included? Type them in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. This is Host Family Exchange Student Life, and we exist to help you get ready for, spend time with, and say goodbye to each other, along with agency and coordinator relations. Everyone should do their part to make an extraordinary experience. Find peace in your world, and we'll connect soon. To download and use. If you live in the near, to download and use, and it's time to give them over a look. There are short term. The tube is this K through 5. We have a house full of girls. Now for the external, I did my own mock search, and there's always going to be people who love you, ones that are connected. Bad agencies really, and we're at the end